Every so often during this build, I've had this feeling that I'm doing something absolutely insane. And today I've got that feeling. Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. Today I have a very exciting update for you because the mega build has progressed massively. We are almost there. And the reason we're almost there is because I have set a date. This build, as you know, as you've experienced, has taken too long. That's not anyone's fault. Obviously we had setbacks because of the virus, there were some tank issues, James was away for 2 months. Well, I've set a date for 2 weeks' time, there will be coral in that system. And the reason I'm telling you guys is because I want to be accountable. And it's the same as with the people building it, I want them to be accountable as well. As you know from a previous video, I took out a substantial loan to do this, and it hurts. It hurts not making any money from it, but having it sitting there. It's like a very, very expensive, not really sure how to describe it, piece of artwork as far as I'm concerned. But yes, so you can tell that I'm excited, and as I said, we're almost there. We're almost there. At the moment, James is currently working in the room because obviously you've probably seen the news where there's been a surge of the virus cases. We are actually staying away from each other. So while he's in there, I'm doing stuff in here, and vice versa. So what I'll probably do is I will show you some stuff. I'll show you what he's done, either in the middle of the day and then maybe again at the end of the day. Right, so let me start by taking you inside to show you where we're at the moment. Right, the first thing I'll say is that the air conditioning and the humidity, because we've got water in the first tanks, make it feel like a tropical climate because it's actually quite cold outside today. As you can see, the first system is almost full. At the moment this is just RO water. And we haven't got quite enough for this tank yet, but the dry weirs appear to be working correctly, and there is one leak, which is that fitting there, which has been troubling us, but I think it's been resolved. I actually used Ecotech's coral glue to try to fix it, so hopefully that will do it. And although that might seem like a crazy idea using coral glue to do it, I actually did it once before and it worked perfectly, and it was a much, much worse leak than that. The biggest change is that the second system, which as you can see is still a bit dirty because I need to clear it out, has been fully plumbed in. So all the pipe work for the rest of the systems have now been completed. Yes, it is crazy. Yes, we are, and by we I mean James is insane because he designed this. The Vector L2s are all plumbed in, but this tank still hasn't had any water in it. The other thing that has happened is that the MP40s, or most of the MP40s, for this system anyway, have been installed. So they, as you can see, will be here with the MP40 in the dry weir. And then what we've done is to make, because there were so many cables, we didn't want to just have loads of cables everywhere. All the cables actually go up into the roof, which is where the power packs are. And then coming around here, this is, so this tank now has 3 valves on it. Last time you saw it was only 2. We have, as I said, the valve from each of the other 2 main systems. And then this third valve is actually for RO. Because, for example, if I want to get a new fish and I want to do a freshwater dip, or there's or if I want to add completely new salt, new salt water to a tank, it just makes it easier. This system is entirely designed, although it seems like the craziest concept, it's entirely designed about making things as easy as possible. As you can see, we're not actually that far away. I know obviously there's some aesthetics that need to be done, like the floor and the stands need to be clad, but we're not that far away from being completed. So it's that's why I'm giving this last push, this one big push to get everything done. What I'll be doing later today is I need to program the lights, and I also will need to build the skimmer and the remaining reactors. And then we're almost done. Oh, and also the Profilux and the cage directors, which are currently being used on my other tanks because I couldn't keep myself away from them. Yeah, the cage directors and the Profiluxes will need to be set up. Originally, I'll just be setting up this tank. So when I say in 2 weeks' time, this is the tank that that is going to be set up. I might only, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be completely breaking down my 1,000 litre tank. And although it's sad to do, I can't wait. There's a reason that you don't see it anymore. And the reason is because obviously I'm fragging corals for people, it doesn't look as amazing as it used to. It looks like a tank that's had lots and lots of frags taken out of it. So, which isn't ideal. I love the tank, but it's because it's at my parents' house, and I have to go there every day to go maintain it because they have no idea what they're doing, and I wouldn't even trust them to feed it. It's a responsibility that I don't want to have anymore, and obviously now I've got this, why wouldn't I want to have everything put in here? So the plan is probably to have a Zebrasoma tang in each tank and an Acanthus tang in each tank for fish and some wrasse. And I'll show you later when I say, this is what I mean by, later in the video I'll show you what I'm doing inside the house. And this is what I mean when I say that there isn't a lot of height between this tank and this tank. Now the water level comes up to about here. So there's about 8 or 9 inches of light above the water, but it doesn't give a lot of room to maneuver because that is what the lights, that's what it specifies on the lights how high they should be. But yeah, 2 weeks time, this will be up and running because I'm not going to be putting colonies in this tank. I'm going to be fragging all my large colonies and moving them in here. So while James is next door, what am I doing? Well, let me show you. Now, one of the most commonly asked questions I get regarding this build is what lighting will I be using? Now, I'm a man of routine, and many of you will know that on my 1000 litre tank, I have Radions, and that's exactly what I've decided to go with. So this is what I'm doing. Every product from Ecotech, so their lights, power head and return pump, needs to go onto their Mobius app, where firstly it gets updated, and then what I'm doing is I'm assigning a position of where it's going to be on the coral trays, because then at the moment, I don't have the hanging kits for them, which should arrive early next week. So basically they're fully set up, so I just have to put on the hanging kits and hang them, and that's everything that needs to be done. Those of you that watch the channel for a while will know that I don't like to give an opinion on something unless I've actually used it for a period of time. And the honest answer is I haven't used these yet. My only experiences with them now is just plugging them in. And from what I can see so far, they appear to be brighter than the sun because it actually hurts my eyes just looking at them from this distance. So I have no doubt that they will do very well. Now I know the next question you're all going to ask is why have I gone for the XR15s rather than the XR30s? That is purely down to the design of the systems. Because I have one tank above the other, the tank on the bottom doesn't have a lot of room above it. And although I don't know if this is 100% correct, I believe that in theory I should get better spread from 6 XR15s than I will from 4 XR30s. And the reason I've gone for the blue option rather than the Pro option is because Ecotech say that these are specifically designed to match their AB+ settings, which is what I've been running on my other tank and what most people aim for. Even if they have a different brand of lights, they still try to get their lights set to something similar to what Ecotech have done with their AB+. There is one mode which I just don't get, and I'm not sure if I need to put like an epilepsy warning here, but if it's probably wise just to mention it just in case. What is this mode for? If anyone knows what this mode's for, let me know, because I have never seen anyone use this on a marine fish tank. What I can say, however, I cannot wait to have every single one of these set up on that mode on the Mega Build. Now the other thing I need to do is set up these. This is the NIOS Quantum 220. I'm coming on these because I have used these basically on every single tank that I've had in recent times. I've never had bigger than the 220, but I have had smaller. So, and the reason I need to do it now is because James keeps chasing me to get it done so he can install it on the system, because James is secretly the real boss of this build, and I do whatever he tells me to do. So it's I know the Skimmer literally like the back of my hand now, so it's not that difficult to set up. I know the pump in here. As I said, I think I have probably 3 of these now. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do now, and then obviously you'll see it later in the video. Now I won't be doing another unboxing video on this because I've already done one for the channel, but what actually tells you more than an unboxing video is that on my Instagram account and Facebook account I posted a picture of the skimmer that was on my 1000 litre tank, and that skimmer hadn't been cleaned for 3 years, and it still worked as good as the day I bought it. Now what was funny is that NIOS actually saw that post and felt the need to you know, congratulate me, but also warn other people that you are still meant to maintain them. Even today, it's still going strong. I haven't cleaned it since. It's probably been another year since then. Hopefully these skimmers will get a bit more love than my other one, but we'll see. There's no guarantees. Right, so it's now the end of the day, and I thought I'd give you a quick update. We got quite far. And I just want to give credit where credit's due, because James has been absolutely exceptional. Although you don't see him, so for all you know, I've got him like stored up there, and I don't let him go home. But basically everything you see now had nothing to do with me, because I can assure you, if you look at every tank I've ever had I do nothing with the cables. I literally leave the cables all over the place. As you can see though, James, I'm pretty sure, has some sort of OCD, because he, every single cable goes up there into the roof and it all looks perfect. And then there's one over here which actually annoys him because the cable wasn't quite long enough, so this annoys him. So look how amazing it looks, but that annoys James. So yeah, I'm almost certain that's the official classification of OCD. But yeah, this is where we've got to basically. We pretty much have everything in now. Now, one of my favourite features is this, which automatically shuts off the protein skim when it gets too high, and it also automatically turns it back on once that level's dropped again. But also is I got to finally test the one piece of input that I had with regards to the design, which is this, which is so I can drain the protein skimmer automatically without having to take it off. So in theory, I shouldn't have to lift the head. I shouldn't have to take the head off very often, because obviously I can drain the cup, and I can always get my hand inside there to clean it, and it's overflow prevention. So I've not used one before, but I thought I'd buy one, and this is what happens when you get a loan. You buy gadgets that you might not necessarily need, but one day, you never know, that might be worth it, because obviously if that overflows, well, I suppose it can't really go anywhere because there's nothing down there. But yeah, I've got them for both of them, so that one's not been installed on the other one yet. Every so often during this build, I've had this feeling that I'm doing something absolutely insane, and today I've got that feeling. We're very close now. James seems to think it's 1 day left, which is good because that fits with our timeline. I know the last thing that needs to be done is for the GHL dosers to have the dosing lines run above the ceiling. And so technically, I mean, I could put salt in it now, and then I will probably be using some sort of bacteria product. Now, I've been informed that I don't need to use a bacteria product if I'm cycling a tank just for corals, but you know, there's going to be thousands and thousands of pounds worth of corals going in these systems all in one day. So I will probably use some sort of bacteria product just in case, even if it's a waste of money. It's probably more for my own peace of mind. And that's it really. We are, this is happening. This is actually happening, which is unbelievable because of how long ago this started. So anyway, I hope you enjoy watching my video. It does make a massive difference if you click the like or dislike button. It makes a massive difference if you comment, and also if you subscribe, because it's basically YouTube algorithms like, yeah. So engagement, give me engagement. If you want to do that, you can help me out. And hopefully you found this series so far entertaining. And again, just want to say a massive thank you to all the people that support the channel on Patreon, because without you guys, this wouldn't be happening. Anyway, have a good week, and I'll see you next time.